Nukang mahu anuri, nukang mai, nukang waka, na anuri, yuyuwa, na wa on sina bupon ke tu sina shapawaki, sina mukikirani, tsai shabakirani, tsai mukikirani. Awa ma wununu, awa ma wununu, ma wunu wai sharai. Atuma chayanu na nukang mahu anuri, nukang mai, nukang waka, na anuri, yuyuwa, na wa on sina bupon ke tu sina shabawaki, sina mukikirani, tsai shabakirani, tsai mukikirani. Awa ma wununu, ma wunu wai sharai. Atuma chayanu.
Shalom, shalom. I'd like to start off by saying, Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah YAHAWAH'S, Kol Haloyim La, Yahawah, Bahashem YAHAWAH'S, Bahashem Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, a great millstone who rule well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect that's scattered abroad, the Akim and the Aqua that's listening in. Yahweh Ratazah, Lord willing, that the lesson is edifying. It's the brother Shawab Amawan back at you with another lesson. And going into the title of this lesson, Shamanism, okay, seeking divinators. All right, and what you just saw in that video was a pure ritual, all right, pure witchcraft that these devils are constantly doing under our noses, man. All right. There's no new thing under the sun. They were doing this in the ancient time, right? Seeking divinators and conjuring demons. They're doing the same thing today, okay? And that just goes to prove that reincarnation exists, because you have that same exact spirit of those ancient times back here today. They're even dressed up in their ancient ways, okay? But before I continue, let me grab this precept. And Salaki, about the last video, Esau just keeps cutting off my live every time I use this one app now. All of a sudden, it was working perfectly fine. But the last 3 days, every time I try to do a video, it just knocks me right out. All right, but this is Psalm 64. And I'll start from 1. And it says, a Psalm of David. Hear my voice, O Yahweh, in my prayer. Preserve my life from fear of the enemy. Okay. And see, you should fear things like this, because what they're, like I said, what they're doing is they're conjuring demons. All right. So they're adding fuel to the fire. All right. All that wickedness, spiritual wickedness that's coming from high places. All right. They just conjured even more demons upon the earth. All right. That's going to stir up a lot of these minds without them realizing, because those demons are lurking everywhere. Okay. It says, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked. All right. This is all evil plots right here. This is secret counsels that are being done. All right. Thinking that people don't that people don't see what they're doing. All right. But the elect is seeing everything. And Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, most of all, is the one that sees everything, because everything is being recorded by the angels. Okay. So we got to ask the Lord to hide us from the secret counsel of the wicked. Right? From the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. Okay? These are all workers of iniquity. And what do they constantly conjure up every year? All right, demons to try to find a way to take the name of Israel out of remembrance. Okay, this is Psalms 83. and 2, and it says, for lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. Meaning what? They have lifted up their pride and arrogancy, right? It says they have taken crafty counsel against thy people. All right, these are those crafty devices and schemes that these devils use. It says, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. All right. All these other nations are against the nation of Israel. All right. And you see how all these other nations, they gather together. All right. Who the hell uses this lady out of the woodworks? Here it is. This is a whole annual meeting, all right, of the World Economic Forum, and they got a whole shamanism ritual that's happening right now. All right. Well, it just happened. Okay. Let's grab. Matter of fact, let's grab that word shamanism. All right. That word shamanism goes into, it says, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but this is from Wikipedia, and it says shamanism or shamanism is a religious practice that involves a practitioner, all right, a shaman or a saman, interacting with the spirit world, you see, through altered states of consciousness, such as trance, you see, and that's exactly what that shit was doing. It was putting people in a trance. Okay, these devils are already in the trance, and they come after the working of Satan. All right, but you see, they do witchcrafts and sorceries through the media, literally. And we're in the time of what? The winter solstice. All right, this is one of this is the biggest time of the year when they do all their rituals. Okay, all their wickedness. So it says that they are interacting with the spirit world. Let's grab this real quick. This is Ephesians 6 and in 1 second. Ephesians 6 and 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities. All right, these powers that rule the world. Okay, I mean, Salakia, these demons that are coming after the working of Satan through these elites. All right, it says against powers. Okay, against the rulers of darkness of this world. All right, all these banking families that rule the world, along with the rest of you got to remember, the Illuminati is just not it ain't just Esau, man. The Illuminati consists of all these other nations also. All these other nations have their top people that are considered their elites. Okay, so we wrestle not against flesh and blood, all right, but against principalities, demons, against the powers and the and the rulers of darkness of this world. All right, and this is an example of the rulers of darkness. Okay, it says against spiritual wickedness in high places. Wherefore take on to you the whole armor of Yahweh, that you may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand. You see, because what they just conjured up was straight evil to add to the fuel again. All right, now let's go back to Psalms 64. All right, it says, and 2, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. Okay, that they may shoot in perfect at that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. You see, this is them in that evil matter. All right, that they can encouraging themselves with the demons of this world, man. That's what lifts up their pride, because see, they actually get the help from the left hand side of the Lord. Okay, because they're coming in that working of Satan. And that's what these devils are used for, man. They especially Esau. He is that vessel of destruction. All right, he's fitted to be what? To be straight wicked, vessel of dishonor. It says they encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? And these devils think that nobody sees what they're doing. Because I guarantee you, Jake wasn't watching that. None of our people were stuck on the TV watching what was just going on. All right, they were out watching, you know, the bullshit of the world. Okay. It says they search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. All right, and they're constantly plotting on ways. All right. It says they search out iniquities. They know exactly how we sin, what to do to turn us against the Lord. Okay. And best believe right after this, you're gonna see more heat coming from the way people are acting in demonic state of minds. Okay. Now let's go from there. Let's go to Exodus. I believe is in the 12th chapter. This is Exodus 22 and 18, and it says, "Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live." Okay, and that was a whole witch. So we know YAHAWAH'S at one point, all right, he's gonna put her out, and it said that in the actual on the video on the bottom of the screen, it said that they were she was a witch doctor that was brought in to basically conjure up some type of demon on the new you already know what's going on, this new C1. Okay, and it was supposed to last for something like 7 days. Matter of fact, I'll tell you right now. It says the new Chinese, all right, you already know what word I want to say. It says with 100% rate of death within 7 days was just released by a witch doctor coughing on her victims. You see? So they're conjuring up them demons of death. All right? Which, hey, Lord willing, the Lord grant it right away. All right? Because that time of trouble is coming upon us. Okay? So, going back to Exodus 22 and 18, it says, "Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live." All right? Let's go to Deuteronomy 18 and 10. "There shall not be found among you anyone that maketh his son or his daughter to pass through the fire, or that useth divination, or an observer of times, or an enchanter, or a witch." You see? And you have our people that follow after these customs. You have our people, the tribes, man, that be just caught up in their own wickedness of conjuring demons. All right, you see a lot of this from, you see it from all the tribes. All right, especially the Northern Kingdom. All right, Ephraim is joined on to idols very heavy. Okay, but you also see that a lot in the tribe of Levi. Okay, the Haitians, they're known for a lot of black magic. All right, voodoo. And that's what they depend on, observers of times and enchanters and witches. Okay? But the Lord's going to bring all of that down to naught, right? Let's grab. This is Numbers 23 and 23. And it says, "Surely there is no enchantment against Jacob." See, against the elect, none of this shit is going to work. See, this will work against the 2/3. All right, because the 2/3 don't believe. So they don't have protection of the Lord. That name of the Lord is what? That strong tower that the righteous man runneth into it and is safe. All right. They don't have the name, so therefore they cannot be guided. They cannot be protected. So it says, surely there is no enchantment against Jacob. The elect is never going to be fooled, man. All right. Scriptures talk about that in Matthew the 24th chapter, man. If you were to deceive the very elect, if you were. So again, surely there is no enchantment against Jacob. None of this witchcraft sorcery is going to work on those that know of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Neither is there any divination against Israel. See, they're trying to bring out divination and conjure up demons upon us, all right, but it ain't going to work because Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is in control of all of that. All right. It says, according to this time, it shall be said of Jacob and of Israel, what has God wrought? Okay. Let's also go into and this is why we got to get up out of here. This is Ezekiel 12, and I'll start from 21. Point is at 24. All right. And it says, and the word of the Lord Yahweh came unto me, saying, son of man, what is that proverb that ye have in the land of Israel, saying the days are prolonged and every vision faileth? Okay. And you have that mentality where our people thinking that the Lord is not going to come back. All right. Thinking that the Lord is taking too long. Okay. You got these people who constantly say, oh, you've been saying that shit for years. Ain't nothing happened. All right. But the Lord said what? Tell them that therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, I will make this proverb to cease, and they shall no more use it as a proverb in Israel. Okay. And the Lord is showing you a sign. Okay. That he about to make that proverb to cease. Okay. When all hell start breaking loose, then you're going to realize what all these little videos that we do about, you know, things like this, you're going to see how it ties all in. Okay. Because usually when you do rituals, things happen right after that. And that's a heavy ritual that they did on national TV. Okay. It says, I will make this proverb to cease, and they shall say no more, use it as a proverb in Israel, but say unto them that the days are at hand, and the effect of every vision. Okay. For there shall be no more any vain divination, vision, Salakia. For there shall be no more any vain vision, nor flattering divination within the house of Israel. For I am the Lord Yahweh. I will speak, and the word that I shall speak shall come to pass. It shall be no more prolonged. For in your days, O rebellious house, will I say the word and will perform it, saith the Lord Yahweh. All right, and the Lord is giving you, he giving you the heads up now. All right, like it tells you in Habakkuk, all right, 1 and 5, but then they're not taking heed of that word. This is 1 and 5 in Habakkuk. Behold, ye among the heathen, and regard and wonder marvelously, for I will work a work in your days, which ye will not believe, though it be told to you. All right, so here it is. We're constantly telling what's to come. All right, but they're not believing and they're not taking heed of it. All right, they rather seek their divinators and they rather seek their wizards and warlocks for their answer. All right, which ultimately they're gonna lean upon the shadow of Egypt for their salvation. All right, which there's gonna be no salvation there. You're gonna have you're gonna have these nations acting like they on your side to help you, right? But they're there to destroy you. Okay. So now let's go back to real quick. This is Psalms. Yeah, this is Psalms 27. All right, because we don't have to worry, all right, about what these wicked what the wicked elites are doing behind our backs, all right, what they doing behind closed doors. All right, we leave that to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Okay, but it says right here in Psalms 27:5, it says, for in the time of trouble, all right, which the time of trouble is very near, it says, he shall hide me. All right, see, the Lord is going to preserve us. He's going to hide us. In his pavilion, Salaki pavilion, in the secret of his tabernacle, shall he hide me. He shall set me upon a rock. Okay? And that's why knowledge and wisdom going to be the stability of thy times. Because if you have this knowledge and wisdom, that means you have that rock. That means you have Yahawashi, because Yahawashi is that rock. Okay? He's that shield, that buckler, that fortress. Okay? So having the word, all right, is what stabilizes you in those last days. All right, and having this word is what keeps you away from all the divinations that are being brought upon us, all the sorceries and witchcrafts. Okay, all of that's gonna be brought to an end, man. Sorcerer, let me grab this. Sorceries. This is Give me 1 second. Come on. Matter of fact, before I continue to that next precept, let me finish reading this Wikipedia on shamanism. All right, it says shamanism or shamanism. All right, it takes away I think it's shamanism, because you got shamanism and shamanism. It says a religious practice that involves a practitioner, all right, shaman or shaman, interacting with the spirit world through altered states of consciousness, such as a trance. Okay, which that's what our people are constantly in, trances. All right, and it says, and the goal of this is usually to direct spirits or spiritual energies into the physical world for the purpose of healing, divination, or to aid human beings in some other way. Okay, and we know that they're doing it, all right, for wickedness sake. Okay, they're getting in direct contact with these demons, all right, so they can bring forth their agendas. Okay, it says beliefs and practices categorized as shamanic have attracted the interest of scholars from a variety of disciplines. All right, it says including anthropopathologists and archaeologists, historians, religious studies scholars, philosophers, and psychologists. You see, a whole bunch of people that believe in straight science. Okay? These are all straight Edomites. You don't see none of our people becoming archaeologists and historians, okay? Philosophers. This is where all these different philosophies come from these weirdos right here. All right, because then they'll go make a Discovery Channel video for you to watch, and then you sitting there stuck with your thumb in your ass and in your mouth, believing in the bullshit that they're telling you. Oh, well, 6 million years ago we had the Shamu, and they were this and that, blah blah blah. All right. Meanwhile, all they're doing is just literally putting spells on you without you knowing. It says hundreds of books and academic papers on the subject have been produced, with a peer-reviewed academic journal being devoted to the study of shamanism. All right, in the 20th century, non-indigenous Westerners, see, non-indigenous, okay, that means they weren't our people. These are those customs of the heathens, all right, that ended up getting here on this side, involved in countercultural movements such as hippies and the new age, and that's what hippies were about, man. Hippies were about taking drugs and tripping out, all right, and sitting around a damn fire, which when you sit around a fire and create that circle, that's that ritual to begin with. Okay? But it says, such as hippies and New Age created modern magical religious practices influenced by their ideas of various indigenous religions. Okay? Because they know our people was out there conjuring demons also. All right, so they'll try to follow in those we followed in their customs. All right, but see, they come back and they just take those same customs that our people were following in, and they'll bring them right back to to society in different forms. All right, because they're not about to walk around like the ancient, a bunch of people with these bugged out crazy suits and garments and shit. No, they're gonna be more modernized. Okay, so it says that they get their ideas from various indigenous religions, creating what has been termed neo-shamanism or the neo-shamanic movement. It has affected the development many neo-pagan practices, you see? Pagan customs, man, as well as a faced backlash and accusations of cultural appropriation, exploitation, and misrepresentation when outside observers have tried to practice the ceremonies of or represent centuries-old cultures to which they do not belong. Okay, and see, that's why our people are not supposed to take on these customs of the heathen. You see, it says it right here. It says it has affected the development of many neo-pagan practices, as well as faced a backlash and accusations of cultural appropriations, exploitation, and misrepresentation when outside observers have tried to practice the ceremonies of or represent centuries-old cultures to which they do not belong. And who was doing that? Our people. Our people were joining on these these heathen customs, okay, and they didn't belong to those cultures. Okay, and that's why a lot of those things will backlash and backfire on them. And how did it backfire? By Yahweh, by Shem, Yahweh Shai taking us into captivity. Because we started doing what? We started worshiping on these gods and taking after their ways. Doing witchcrafts and sorceries also. Okay? So that was the backlash that you would get being one of our people trying to, deal with this type of scenario. Okay? Let me grab this real quick. That was the point on that. This is one scripture I'm looking for. I can't remember it right now. And it's driving me nuts. Witchcraft. Sure. Give me 1 second, Salaki. This is give me 1 second, Salaki. Damn, where's the scripture at? Multitude of whoredoms. Salakia. Okay, this is here. This is one of them. This is Nahum 3 and let's start from 1, 3 and 1. All right, and this is talking about America. It says, woe to the bloody city. It is all full of lies and robbery. The prey departeth not. It says the noise of a whip and the noise of the rattling of the wheels and of the prancing horses, and of the jumping chariots. It says, the horseman lifteth up both the bright sword and the glittering spear, and there is a multitude of slain, and a great number of carcasses, and there is no end of their corpses. They stumble upon their corpses, right? Because that's what's going to happen out here. There's going to be a lot, it's going to be a whole lot of death, to the point where that's exactly what's going to happen. You're going to be walking over dead bodies, okay? And it's telling you this is the reason why America is going to be filled with those dead bodies. It says, because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, okay? Which is who? America. All right, that great whore, that whore of Babylon. It says, because of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcrafts, that selleth nations through her whoredoms, and families through her witchcrafts. Okay? Showing you that America's all about doing all types of weirdo shit. Okay? Let me grab this other one, which is driving me nuts because I can't remember where it's at. All right? With crabs. This is Micah 5:10, and it says, and it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord Yahweh, that I will cut off thy horses out of the midst of thee, and I will destroy thy chariots, and I will cut off the cities of thy land, and throw down all thy strongholds, and I will cut off witchcrafts out of thine hand, and thou shalt have no more soothsayers. Thy graven images also will I cut off, and thy standing images out of the midst of thee, and thou shalt no more worship the work of thine hands. All right. So the time is going to come where the Lord is going to take all this witchcraft, sorcery, these idols. All right. They all going to be confounded. They're going to be put away, man. We ain't gonna have to worry about those type of those wicked deeds anymore. Okay. And I still haven't found that one I want. Everything else keeps coming up except that one. And that's the one I want to end it with, so give me 1 second. Damn. um hold on. This is here it is. That's the I knew it was in Revelations. I just couldn't remember which one it was in. All right, this is let's grab two of these. Matter of fact, let me grab this one. This is Isaiah 47, and yeah, let's go to 47 and 6. Okay, yeah, 47 and 6. It says, I was wroth with my people. I have polluted mine inheritance and given them into thine hand. Thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke. All right, which this is talking about America. Okay. And it says, and thou saidst, I should be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thine heart, neither did remember the latter end of it. Therefore hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that sayest in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. And see, that's that pride of Esau. right? And it says, and I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children, because they thought is that they can never be touched. But it says, but these two things shall come to thee in a moment and one day, the loss of children and widowhood. They shall come upon thee in their perfection for the multitude of thy sorceries. You see? For the multitude of thy sorceries, all these witchcrafts and enchantments that these damn devils constantly have going, all these shenanigans, right? It says, but these two things shall come to thee in one moment and one day, the loss of children and widowhood. They shall come upon thee in their perfection for the multitude of thy sorceries and for the great abundance of thine enchantments. Okay? The NLT says, well, both these things will come upon you in a moment, widowhood and the loss of children. Yes, these calamities will come upon you despite all your witchcraft and all your magic. It says, for thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. You see, these people literally trust in their wickedness, thinking that the Lord not about to come over here with the right hand side. See, every time you have Esau turn up on the left hand side, you got every time you got Esau turning up on the left hand side, you got the Lord turning up also on the right hand side. All right, so it says, for thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth me. Okay, and they have that mentality. Here it is on national TV. They thinking that nobody's seeing them because they know you niggas don't watch no damn politics. It says, thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it has perverted thee, and thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. Therefore shall evil come upon thee, thou shalt not know from whence it riseth. See, this is the destruction coming to America that's going to return upon Esau's head. It says, and mischief shall fall upon thee, thou shalt not be able to put it off, and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. Stand now with thine enchantments, all right? Yeah, with those magical charms, right? And with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth, if so be thou shalt be able to profit, if so be thou mayest prevail. Thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, and the monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. You see? That's the same thing. So that's the Lord telling us when that time comes to destruction, you're going to have to call upon those gods which you've been choosing this whole time. You're going to have to call upon those gods that you've been swearing that they're going to be the ones that's going to save you in the time of your tribulation. Okay? That's going for our people of 2/3, and that's going for the rest of these nations that believe in their idols, that don't have no understanding that YAHAWAH'S is the true power and there's none beside him. Right? It says, behold, they shall be as a stubble. The fire shall burn them. They shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame. There shall not be a coal to warm at, nor fire to sit before it. Thus say they, Salakia, thus shall they be unto thee with whom thou hast labored, even thy merchants from thy youth. They shall wander every one to his quarter. None shall save thee. Okay? Now let's grab this last one and I'll pretty much break it down from there. This is this damn thing, bro. There you go. This is Revelations 18 and so like I was reading something. This is 18 and 21. It says, and a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, thus with violence shall the great city of Babylon be thrown down. You see, and that's what's coming to America, man. great violence, okay, because of the pride of the people, all right? What the scripture said, because of their pride, many great miseries shall be done to them in those latter times, okay? As a matter of fact, it tells you that in a rod of violence has risen up in Ezekiel. Let me grab that real quick. Ezekiel 7 and yeah, 7 and 9. It says, "And mine eye shall not spare, neither will I have pity. I will recompense thee according to thy ways and thine abominations that are in the midst of thee. And ye shall know that I am the Lord that smiteth. Behold the day, behold it is come. The morning is gone forth. The rod has blossomed. Pride has budded. Violence is risen up into a rod of wickedness. None of them shall remain, nor of their multitude, nor of any of theirs, neither shall there be wailing for them." Okay? So violence is rising in great. Salakia. This phone always go back. Revelations 18 and 21, and it says, and the mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, "Thus with the violence shall the great city of Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all. And the voice of harpers, musicians, and of pipers and trumpeters shall be heard no more at all in thee." You see? All this music, all these celebrities, all that shit is going to be done with, man. We ain't going to hear none of that shit no more. Okay, because all of that is what? It's just divination. It's just sorceries and witchcraft that's got our people in these strongholds, right? And it says, "Of whatsoever craft he be shall be found any more in thee, and the sound of a millstone shall be heard no more at all in thee. And the light of a candle shall shine no more at all in thee, and the voice of the bridegroom and of the bride shall be heard no more at all in thee. For thy merchants were the great men of the earth, for by thy sorceries were all nations deceived." You see? "And in her was found the blood of prophets and of the saints and of all that were slain upon the earth." Okay? But point is that the nations were deceived because of what? The sorceries, all right, the witchcrafts that were being put out upon America. All right, and this is one of them right here. Okay? Expect a whole lot of death, okay, coming about right off of these people just doing some conjuring demons on national TV. All right? But remember that none of these things are to bother us, all right, or make us fear, because YAHAWAH'S is our true rock. Okay, so I'm going to leave it at that. So Lord willing that the lesson was edifying. So with that being said, Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah YAHAWAH'S, Call Haloyim La, Yahawah, Bahashem YAHAWAH'S, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, rule well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect that scattered abroad, the Akim and the Akwath that was listening in. Yahweh Ratazah, Lord willing that the lesson was edifying. To the next one, Shalom. Keep fighting the good fight of faith, enduring as good soldiers of YAHAWAH'S. As always, you sisters, keep staying silent and learning in silence. All right? Keep throwing them prayers up for brothers. Yahweh Ba'Shem, YAHAWAH'S, Barakatah. Shalom.